Well, Dave, what an offseason it's been for this team. How excited are you to bring this group of guys, so much talent, so much just great charismatic energy together for this new season?
I'm thrilled. Obviously, we all had our wish lists, and you never know how an offseason is going to go. But I think that we, on the players front, I think we accomplished everything we wanted to. We kept the guys we felt were core pieces that we needed to make a go at this back-to-back. And the hard part, the fun part, is how and who do you infuse into a ball club, and certainly raising the talent for which we did, and also guys that haven't won championships, that hunger that they want what we have. And so when you're talking about Tanner Scott, Blake Snell, Conforto, Kirby Yates, all these guys, they won a championship, and they chose to come to the Dodgers for that reason. So I think we did a great job.
You have a week until the guys are going to report to spring training. What are you looking forward to seeing, whether it's from some of the newer guys and kind of getting eyes on them? How are you approaching this year, and is there anything that's kind of just drawing your attention this early?
Well, Mookie's going to be down there really early. I think some guys are going to head down to spring training early. Ha-Sung Kim, we see him here. He's going to be in front of you guys shortly, and he looks fantastic. I'm looking forward to seeing how he looks. Blake looks great. Blake Snell looks great. All these guys look fantastic. Tanner Scott. So I'm just looking forward to kind of getting all of our guys here together and trying to build this chemistry. But guys are excited, and certainly with modern day baseball now, a lot of these players already know each other. And like I said last year, when you get Teoscar Hernandez or Shohei Ohtani that choose to be Dodgers, you've already got built-in equity and buy-in. And so I think that you can see that with each one of our acquisitions this year is the same case.
I hope still for Shohei to produce sometime in May.
I think that's about right, yeah. I mean, I think that the first thing is, and it might be earlier, but I think that the first thing I said, earlier this off-season was it wasn't going to be in the Japan series. So he's not going to be pitching there. But once he gets to spring training and we see where the throwing program is, I think we'll just go from there.
I know with labrum surgery, a lot of times, right, it kind of feels like it gets tight after that. Ohtani himself talked about kind of having to increase his range of motion. How much do you think that's going to affect him, if at all? I mean, are you expecting the same guy to be out there? He's coming off two major things, right, with the elbow and shoulder.
I really don't think that. Yes, there's some tightness potentially, as he said, with his shoulder with the labrum, but because it's the back shoulder, a harder thing for hitters when they have a shoulder surgery is that front shoulder, that lead shoulder. And so for Shohei batting left-handed, it being his back shoulder is less of a concern. He's worked really hard, looks really strong, and the throwing program hasn't wavered, so I think he's on track with that. And I think swinging of the bat, I saw some videos recently, and you just wouldn't think that there was any surgery this past winter.
Have you guys measured the exit deal on that at all?
I was talking to our hitting guys, and it's still right in line, north of 100. So it's off the tee. It's still north of any player that we have right now.
And you think throwing, you still got 100 in that arm?
I do. And when he decides to use it, I don't know what he's going to sit or average, all that stuff. But the most important thing is that he's getting to the point of being 100% healthy, and then everything else take care of itself.
After a number of off seasons where I think, right, different people in town have different opinions about you, is it weird to have everybody like you?
Thanks, Dylan. It's always nice to be liked, isn't it? I just think that obviously when you have results, which we've had, I think that people start to understand the method to my madness, the organization's madness, and things start to make sense. When you're in it, and until you see success, and then you can kind of look back and go, oh, I get it now. And I think that that's kind of where I'd like to think everyone is at. Some people will never get there, and that's okay. But yeah, so it's good to be like Dylan.
What was a memorable moment that happened this offseason in which you were honored or recognized as a World Series champion?
There were many. I think this year, certainly more than 2020, I got to enjoy the fruits, the flowers of being a champion. Whether I went to Tokyo, to Okinawa, out about in Los Angeles, talking to the players, I just felt that you just feel that love and appreciation from baseball and Dodger fans in particular, where after 2020 you just felt like you were hunkered down in your home and thinking about the next season. So this year, and I encourage our players to do the same thing, because it's really hard to do, and I think we finally put a bow with the parade and everything with our fans, and we enjoyed the heck out of it. But a week here, we got to go back to work.
Skipper, with all the attention on the outside here with the media and the massive crowds inside today, what does that tell you about the expectations of your club this year?
Well, the expectations, Jim, haven't changed. Everyone is expecting us to repeat, to win a championship. That wasn't different from last year. I think the thing that what you notice today, and I think that all off-season, was just pure excitement, anticipation. I said this just earlier, is Los Angeles is becoming the epicenter for sports in the world. And I think that that's what our ownership group, front office, that was our goal. And whether you're in South America, Latin America, south of the border, north of the border, up in Canada, you're certainly in Asia, anywhere in Asia, you're talking about the Dodgers. And so coming here today, it took me like an hour to get through the parking lot, but that's a good thing. That's because people are excited about the upcoming season.
People in other towns are mad, though.
What's that?
People in other towns are mad. What do you make of this? You guys are bad for baseball, and you're going to be the face of the evil empire.
I think you got to embrace it. I think that who wouldn't want to be, the focus and do what our organization is doing for the city, the fans. And to be quite frank, we draw more than anyone as far as any sports, any venue in the world. And so when you're drawing 4 million fans a year, the way you reciprocate is by investing in players, and that's what we've done.
Dave, how was your visit? Well, what kind of reports have you gotten this offseason with Mookie's work at shortstop, and kind of how much more confident do you guys feel with him having a whole offseason to kind of keep getting acclimated there?
Feel great. Like I said, I said earlier, is Mookie's going to be down there, I think, this week to Arizona. He's worked so hard on the defensive side, on the infield side, the shortstop in particular. I feel very good where Mookie's at. Certainly much more comfortable and confident than I did last spring, where we sort of thrust in on him. And so, yeah, I feel really good where he's at, the time he's put in, and where we're at defensively.
Last question.
Dave, all the adversity that you guys had last year, what did you learn the most as a manager?
I learned that, what did I learn most? You look back in June, July, and the slew of injuries, specifically to the pitching staff that we had, and the key positions. For guys to step up, the veteran guys to welcome these young guys into this crazy, talented environment and clubhouse, that if we just continue to kind of stick together, keep moving forward, because it was looking pretty bleak there in that Braves series after we lost the first 2 games. But I think from that point we sort of ascended and caught fire. But there's a lot of talent, and we just kind of stuck together and did something really special. And now we're sort of talking about legacy territory. So that's what we're focused on right now.
Was it your biggest challenge as a manager, do you think, in your career?
I think so. Last year certainly, you look back, it was my most satisfying season, but it was probably the most challenging. But we got through it.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
こちらのインタビューを通して、大谷翔平選手のシーズンオフの過ごし方や、怪我からの回復状況についての率直な思いを知ることができました。今年のドジャースは、まさに特別なシーズンを迎えようとしています。オフシーズンを経て、素晴らしい才能を持つ選手たちが集結し、新たな挑戦に向かう準備は万全です。 チームのケミストリーがどのように築かれていくのか、どんなドラマが生まれるのか、今からワクワクが止まりません。何よりも今年の補強は計画通りに進み、必要なピースをしっかりと揃えることができました。タンナー、スコット、ブレイク、スネル、マイケル、コンフォルト、カービー・イエーツといった実力者たちが加わり、さらにハングリーな選手たちがチームに新たなエネルギーを吹き込んでいます。彼らの持つ勝ちたいという強い意志がチーム全体の士気をさらに高めてくれるでしょう。スプリングトレーニングに向けてムーキー、ベッツをはじめとする選手たちはすでに準備を進めています。特にソン・キムの状態には大きな期待が寄せられています。すでに素晴らしいコンディションでトレーニングに臨んでおり、どんな活躍を見せてくれるのか楽しみでなりません。そしてブレイク、スネルもまた万全の状態で臨んでおり、シーズンが開幕する頃にはチームの中心選手としての役割を果たしてくれるでしょう。また最大の注目ポイントの一つは大谷翔平の復帰です。彼は現在復帰に向けて着実に歩みを進めており、5月頃にはマウンドに立つことが期待されています。ラブラム手術を受けた後も打撃には大きな影響がないと見られており、すでに練習では100マイルを超える打球速度を記録しています。彼の存在はチームの攻撃力をさらに強化し、ドジャースのシーズンの鍵を握ることになるでしょう。そして昨年の成功を経てチームとしての期待も大きくなっています。ロサンゼルス、ドジャースは今や世界中のスポーツ界において注目の的となり、多くのファンがチームの活躍を心待ちにしています。特に昨年のワールドシリーズ制覇によってその人気はますます高まりました。ロサンゼルスの街全体が今年のドジャースに対する期待で満ち溢れています。しかし成功の裏には数々の試練がありました。昨シーズン6月から7月にかけての厳しい時期、ピッチングスタッフの負傷者続出、苦しい戦いを強いられる中でもチームは決して諦めることなく戦い抜きました。そしてその困難を乗り越えたからこそ今この瞬間、チームとしての結束力がさらに強まっているのです。ドジャースはただ勝つだけでなく、球界において新たな時代を築こうとしています。過去の成功に満足することなく、さらなる高みを目指し続ける、その精神こそがこのチームを特別な存在にしています。そして今シーズンもまた数々の困難を乗り越えながら最高の瞬間をファンと共に作り上げていくことでしょう。このチームの魅力は単なるスター選手の集まりではなく、一人一人が目標に向かって努力し、互いに支え合う姿勢にあります。昨シーズンもそうでしたが、選手たちは試合ごとに成長し、強い信頼関係を築いてきました。その結束力があるからこそ、どんな困難にも立ち向かうことができるのです。ファンの皆さんにとっても、このシーズンは特別なものになるでしょう。スタジアムでの応援、テレビや SNS を通じてのサポート、そのすべてが選手たちにとって大きな力になります。ロサンゼルス、ドジャースというチームの一員として、共に戦い、共に歓喜を分かち合いましょう。最後に、今この瞬間、皆さんと共にこの興奮を分かち合えることが本当に嬉しいです。野球はただのスポーツではなく、感動と興奮を共有する場です。皆さんの応援が、選手たちにとって最大の力になります。今年も共に戦いましょう。そして、まだチャンネル登録をしていない方は、ぜひ登録をして、これからのシーズンの最新情報をお見逃しなく。さあ、新しいシーズンの始まりです。ドジャースが再び歴史を作る瞬間を一緒に目撃しましょう。ワールドシリーズ制覇という最高の瞬間を迎えながらも、手術によってすぐにチームやファンと祝う機会が限られたこと、そしてその中でも懸命にリハビリに取り組んできた姿勢が、改めて彼のプロフェッショナリズムと責任感を示しています。特に印象的だったのは、オフシーズンが短く感じられたという言葉です。これは単にスケジュールの問題だけでなく、彼の中で常に次に進まなければならないという強い意志があるからこそ、そう感じたのではないでしょうか。手術後のリハビリは決して簡単なものではなく、特に肩の手術は肘と比べて複雑で慎重な調整が求められると本人も語っていました。しかし、それでも彼は順調に進んでいると明るく語り、スプリングトレーニングへの復帰、さらには将来的なピッチング再開に向けて前向きな姿勢を見せています。また、千賀滉大投手がロサンゼルス、ドジャースに移籍した際のコメントも、大谷選手らしさが現れていました。彼は千賀投手の成功を心から願いながらも、 チームの一員として迎えたいという思いも持っていたことを率直に語っています。このような発言には、彼の人柄の温かさや、チームメイトとしての深いリスペクトが感じられました。WBC で共に戦った仲間が同じチームでプレーすることになれば、ファンにとっても大きな楽しみの一つとなるでしょう。そして、大谷選手がワールドシリーズ優勝を果たしたことで経験した最も印象的な出来事として挙げたのは、優勝パレードでした。シーズンを戦い抜き、チームメイトと共に喜びを分かち合うその瞬間は、彼にとっても特別なものだったに違いありません。ファンと直接触れ合う機会が少なかった中で、パレードは彼にとっても改めて優勝したという実感を持つことができた貴重な体験だったのでしょう。さらに、オフシーズン中に行った消防隊員への訪問についても語ってくれました。被災地の現場を訪れ、そこで実際に活動している人々の話を聞いたことで、彼の心には強い印象が残ったようです。自分自身の競技生活とは全く異なる世界に触れ、そこで奮闘する人々の姿に感銘を受けたというエピソードは、彼の誠実な人間性を改めて感じさせるものでした。最後に、今後のピッチング復帰については、まだ明確な時期を示すことはできないとしながらも、しっかりと短期的な目標を立てて前進していることを明かしました。大谷選手にとって、復帰の最も重要な判断材料となるのは、いつブルペンで投げるか。これがピッチング再開に向けた最初の大きなステップとなり、その後のスケジュールが決まっていくとのことです。すべては体の状態次第ではあるものの、彼のこれまでの姿勢を見ていると、必ずやベストな状態でマウンドに戻ってくると信じています。こうしてインタビューを振り返ると、大谷選手がいかに冷静で、目の前のことに集中しているかがよくわかります。ワールドシリーズ制覇という歴史的な瞬間を経験しながらも、彼の目はすでに次のシーズン、さらには自身の完全復活へと向かっています。その姿勢こそが、彼が世界中のファンから愛され、尊敬される理由の一つなのではないでしょうか。そして、皆さんも同じように、大谷翔平選手の活躍をこれからも見守り、応援していきましょう。彼の復帰戦はいつになるのか、そして再び投打二刀流として、メジャーの舞台でどのようなプレーを見せてくれるのか、期待が高まります。今後の試合やトレーニングの最新情報を逃さないためにも、ぜひチャンネル登録をして、一緒に彼の挑戦を追い続けていきましょう。